Good morning and afternoon, everyone. Hopefully, your day is absolutely amazing. For those who are just waking up, may you find empowerment today. May you find rest. Maybe you find time to just simply take care of yourself. I've shared before, not in a live message, but on my blog and in other places, about a concept of being whole. This writing is a combination of another author who is unknown, as well as my own writing. So I'm going to read it to you because it's really a mantra as part of my life. Sorry, eating cherries too. And sometimes, quite often, we think to be whole, we have to be living perfectly, that we can't experience emotion, that we can't deal, that we have to just hide. That is not the case. So what does being whole mean when people talk about it? What is living in your wholeness? It's basically, the first. Let me just go ahead and read from the blog. It says being whole. The introductory paragraph was not my original writing, but I found it in a magazine when I was at Walden House for a brief stay. It had been an important concept and mantra in my life since, and I embraced my wholeness. Being whole doesn't mean being more than you are this very moment. It is being who you are this very moment. It means accepting the parts that used to make you feel ashamed and feel small. These are the parts of yourself that will allow you to connect to other people, connect to your own strength. The wounds I suffer enables me to respond to others who suffer with compassion. Without, I may not know compassion. And neither would you without your wounds. My loneliness, which is part of my wholeness, has helped me find you in the dark, to sit with you, to be with you, care about you. And when I was not willing to allow myself to be lonely, to know I needed other people, I have never been able to sit here and find you. And I was less than whole without my loneliness, without my wounds. This is part of my wholeness too, for you, for me, for everyone. Every one of us wants to be more than who we are, wants to give more than we can give, and there's something in us, in our training that says only perfect is good enough. We are exactly what is needed, the ways in which we are human, our anger, our doubts, our fear, and our loneliness. All these things are exactly what is needed. Most of us have been blessed and have helped many more people than we know. And you may just be exactly the right person for the person in front of you. Not because you are trying to be that person, but because you really are the right person to offer them a reminder of their wholeness, to invoke their strength, just because who you are in your presence in ways we may never know about. It's not our expertise that blesses people. It's our humanness. When we know this about yourself, nobody in your presence ever needs to feel alone or lonely. And you yourself will never feel alone or lonely either. So reach out for your loneliness. May you be blessed by it. May it allow you to connect to all people everywhere, to all wholeness in people everywhere, even the wholeness that is in you, so that it shines. And reminds people that there's where their home is. May you serve with everything you know and everything you are. And the rest is my writing. I am abundantly filled with joy, promise, and purpose. I have a desire to soar in my moments. At this very moment, I am whole. I am me. Regardless of hurt, emotions, the past, at this very moment, I am complete. I am whole. Every past experience, both positive and negative, within my duality, has made me the woman I am today. There are a lot of things I need to deal with, however, I'm whole in dealing with it. When the chapters of the past are closed, I will still be whole. I may still take effort and trials to realize the wholeness at times. I'm going to cultivate the gardens of my life. I may not always like the pit stops, get fooled by the oases, and sometimes get lost in the dark and in the woods. But this, my journey, and on this path of life I am living in these experiences, make me whole. It's how I deal with them that determines if I find peace and solace. These truths flow with the energy within. They are there and have always been and will always be. It's using their torchlight in the darkness parts of the journey and remembering them when they need to get me through. For life is no Emerald City. Behind the green glasses you see what you want to see. However, when you remove the glasses you see the dirt, the grime, and everything you did not want to believe that is true. Being whole and realizing the wholeness is about living in the moment. We cannot change the past. Whether it's a second ago, a minute, an hour, a week, month, or year, it is the past. Nor can we change the future because the future is not yet here. But we can change the moments that we are living in, and subsequent moments afterwards. And dealing with, but not living in the past. I've been finding the strength. For even as I'm right here, many moments have passed, I've been finding strength and empowerment as well as living in the moment. For it is every aspect of our lives that we find wholeness in that makes us who we are. Even the parts that could make you ashamed, hurt, or even happiness makes us completely who we are. Live in the moment. Live life. Love life. Live to love to live. I am blessed by the support and love from family and my friends and living in duality and thanking them for that. I'm happy, full of love and grace. I think how my Father empowers me to be for that foundation I have and that freedom and that empowerment that is given to me daily. I'm not afraid of any aspect of my wholeness, and I live my life defending what I hold true, all-encompassing truth. Religion, and family, and much. I have no regrets in life, for everything has made me who I am today. I have only compassion for the experiences I have, and compassion for those who go through the same. My story is unique, one in which I find strength and don't mind sharing, but while it's unique, it's one that others share also in this live stream. May we all find peace and solace and realize and celebrate our wholeness, the good and the bad. So, I just shared two writings, writing of an author who unknown, and then my writing. The thing is, we are gifted with a wonderful opportunity to partake in a concept of wholeness. It doesn't mean life is going to be great all the time. In the sense that we may have problems, we will have problems, we will go through things. But it's the matter of how we handle it, how we allow ourselves to perceive it in our head. Sometimes what might seem like mountains, and could very well be mountains, are actually simply molehills. But regardless, they take steps. Maybe it's 1 or 2 steps up and over. Maybe it's 100 steps up and over, or even more. But regardless, it's the steps that we take, the direction that we keep going, and the way we choose how we're going to deal with it. That's not always going to be easy. That's not always going to be the most positive experience. It's going to be the most worthwhile experience. It's going to be the most cultivating experience. It's going to be the most love-embracing human experience that you can partake in your life. Being whole isn't meaning like it's going to be perfectly or that you've never gone through. Being whole means you get to celebrate your happiness. Celebrate the joy in it. Happiness doesn't necessarily mean everything is perfect. It means that you found a way to work through the negative and the positive and cultivate them, embrace them as part of your wholeness. Because without trials, without sadness, without fear, without depression, without loneliness, how do we know joy? How do we know completeness? How do we know what it means to be part of someone, be part of ourselves, be part of the world? It's an opportunity to be able to realize that in this moment, right now, I'm okay. There's no point in worrying about the things that can be changed because they can be changed, right? So you can do the steps that you need to do. If you can't change it, how are you going to what's the point of worrying about it? I know I'm butchering that quote from the Dalai Lama, but the whole point is, how are you going to see your day today? How are you going to push back the negative? Climb through what seems as the thorns in the forest and just find that path. What can we do today to see the light? Have we opened up our eyes? Have we crawled out from underneath our covers? Have we gotten out of bed? Have we simply just showered and got dressed? Have we simply decided that I'm going to embrace? Embracing doesn't always mean smiling. Embracing doesn't always mean, that it's going to be complete happiness. Embracing means, okay, regardless of what's going on, what can I do to take care of me, for me today? What can I be grateful about? Grateful, gratitude. There's something you can always find to be grateful. That even though that can be the hardest thing to do, and when things seem to be completely going wrong, what can one say they're grateful about? Always something, at least one. Usually you probably find at least 3 or even 5 or even a whole list if you actually stop to think about it. Once sometimes you do the gratitude list, things seem a lot more easier, a lot more clear when you're not seeing complete negativity before you. When all you can see is negative, life is going to be complete negative. When you start seeing some at least the positive aspects and the gratitudes, things become a lot more clear. Things become a lot more doable. Things become a lot more accomplishable to, and become roadmaps and blueprints and plans in order to work through it and to get through it and to deal with it and to live. That's where the difference is. Do you choose gratitude, even finding some parts, or do you choose negativity? That is your journey. That is up to you. For me, and I can only speak for myself, that my life is a whole lot different and a whole lot better because I find the gratitude. I find what I can change. I know in recovery we say, God, wherever your higher power is, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can't, and the wisdom to know the difference. Sometimes the wisdom to know the difference is simply gratitude. I can't change everything. I can't change some of the stuff that happened, but I can change subsequent actions around it and how I'm going to deal with it, how I'm going to feel about it. Am I going to let it completely destroy my life? Am I going to let it completely, start sending that cloud of doom where nothing seems okay? Or am I going to keep trying to live in the light, be positive, so I can get through and see the solutions and the answers around it? For me, that is what being whole is. Now, I'm going to go back and read part of the beginning of what I started off with, and then I will close on this one. It says, being whole doesn't mean being more than you are this very moment. It means being who you are this very moment. It means accepting the parts that used to make you feel ashamed and feel small. These are the parts of yourself that will allow you to connect to other people, connect to your own strength. The wounds I suffer enables me to respond to others who suffer with compassion. Without, I may not know compassion, and neither would you without your wounds. My loneliness, which is part of my wholeness, has helped me find you in the dark, to sit with you, be with you, and care about you. And when I was not willing to allow myself to be lonely, to know I needed other people, I would have never been able to sit here and find you. And I was less than whole without my loneliness, without my wounds. This is part of the of wholeness too, for you, for me, for everyone. Every one of us wants to be more than who we are, wants to give more than we can give. There's something in us in our training that says only perfect is good enough. That is an absolute setup for burning out. May you practice self-care and find out what that really means for you. Sometimes it could be a bath, sometimes it could be watching movies, sometimes it could be cooking for yourself, drawing, writing, hanging out with friends, having a cup of coffee. Sometimes it's just having healthful detaching. Sometimes detaching from life can be a good thing, temporarily. So don't let anyone ever tell you that do not detach. Live in your wholeness, live in your strength. You know what's good for you. You know what's bad for you. Just know that you are worth it. You deserve it. Let's help you own yourself. Own your fierceness. Know that you are loved. And not just by me, but by many. Know that you are not alone. You are a gift. You are a treasure. And you are absolutely beautiful. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Own your fierceness. Own yourself. Own your empowerment. Because you are worth it. You deserve it. And go get it. May you find your wholeness. May you find the ways that you personally can embrace life in your way. Don't let people tell you that not smiling, is wrong. Sometimes things don't seem to be things to smile about. That is okay. Don't let people tell you that your tears are wrong, because tears are healing. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not good enough, because it's bullshit. What other people's opinions of you is none of your damn business. So keep living. Keep moving forward. Live to love. Love to live. Embrace life. Seize today. With love from Milan, Italy, Milano, Italia. Peace and love to you and yours. May light of your divine shine upon you. And may the sacred intimate within all of us be honored. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon.